Welcome to the Girls and Ghosts podcast.
I'm Shauna.
And I'm Lexie.
And on today's episode, we are going to be reading stories, but about Ouija boards. Now, this is going to be very interesting. I have personally never messed with one, and I never will.
Yeah, same here. My friend tried to convince me to, when we're older, play with one, and I told her no because I'm not summoning demons around me.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yep.
No demons for me.
Nope.
I rather not. Yeah, I have definitely had discussions with friends about it, where they want to do it, and I'm like, no thank you. Yep. I am not stupid enough to summon demons into my space. So we are going to be reading about other people's experiences and what they experienced while trying the Ouija board. And we are also going to be discussing a ghost story of our dad's during today's episode, because he said, why don't we discuss it on today's episode? So we thought, why not?
Yeah.
And it's one of many of his stories, so that's going to be fun. So let's start off with some Ouija board stories first. These are also off Reddit, by the way.
Oh, wow, that's long.
First story. This one was scary to me. My mum and aunt used a board after their dad died. He had remarried but had told his daughters that he was leaving them with a few things in his will, including some money. His second wife was the executor and was saying he hadn't left them money, etc, etc, etc. Sorry, I can't remember exactly what she apparently said. Anyway, Mum and her sister thought it was possible the money wasn't left to them after all, like second wife said, but my aunt was really strapped for cash and they felt like it was also possible second wife was withholding info and money. They apparently managed to get their dad via the Ouija board and asked him whether he had left them money in his will. It spelt out 3-letter acronyms for a bank and then a series of numbers. Turns out he did have they've spelled that weirdly, okay. Have a bank account with money in it intended for his daughters. The account matched the bank acronym and account number. This one spooked me because the details were a surprise to Mum and my aunt. I don't know how they could have got that information out of thin air. Wow. So they got bank information via a Ouija board. Now, the only person that could know that information would be
Him,
surely. Like, I don't think he would give it to anyone else, right? And
I mean, him and the bank, but like...
Well, yeah. But what I mean is, if, like, with the Ouija board, it's just her mom and her aunt. None of them knew it, so it couldn't have been fake.
Yeah.
And if they went in and checked, like, with the bank, which they did, and found out that there was actually money, it's actually a bank.
That's just crazy.
That is crazy. I've never heard of bank details being,
Sorry,
told.
I thought your mic was muted for a second.
Being told through a Ouija board. I've never heard of that type of story before.
Me either. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
I don't... It's too early.
Yeah. She's not with it today. I mean, we are filming this at 6:47 in the morning because we're crazy.
And I woke up at 3 a.m. This is so nice.
And I haven't been to sleep.
Whoa, our sleep schedule's not good.
Okay. Yeah, so we might be a little bit delusional in today's episode. Do you think you can read that one?
I don't... Now that I realise how you've saved it, I don't think I will be able to read any of them because my eyesight is not it. I need new glasses.
Yeah, I'm struggling to. Okay, do you not want to read it?
No.
Okay, next story. I'm from a farming family. We used to sell grain through the Canadian wheat board, and you would get paid at the end of the year. You'd get the final payment. You never knew how much per bushel you'd get as a final payment. My brother asked the Ouija board, and it told us. Can't remember, it was 30 years ago. Anyway, he went to the coffee shop and told all his buddies how much it was going to be. A few months later, it was announced, and it was that exact amount. The coffee group was as amazed as my brother and I. Wow. Do you understand that one?
Not really.
Okay, so the moral of the story is her brother worked at this wheat place, so he has a job, and at the end of the year they get paid so much money, and so he's asked the Ouija board, like, how much money is he going to get paid at the end of the year, and he's got that answer. Then he went to the coffee shop, told his friends, and then a few months later he found out that it's actually the right amount that the Ouija board told him, so he actually got paid what the Ouija board told him he was going to get paid at the end of the year.
What a weird question to ask a Ouija board.
I know. How much am I going to get paid? But my question is who answered him? Do you know what I mean? Like, was it a family member that passed away? And how would they know?
Some people say that, like, on the other side, this is not the Vampire Diaries, what is going on? Like, where, like, the spirits are, like, there's not a sense of time over there. So maybe they would know, because there's no time.
Maybe. But would they know the things from in the future?
Yeah. Apparently. Not saying that's a true fact, but, like...
Interesting. Oh, wait, yeah, because, like, some family members have contacted and said that, like, this is going to happen.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe they know the future.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, what an interesting question to ask a Ouija board.
That is, like... Imagine just, like, pulling out a Ouija board being like, how much will I get paid?
How much will I get paid at the end of the year? But I'm more I would have loved more information, because I would have loved to have known, like, who possibly would have told him that. It must have been, like, some type of family member, because surely just a strange spirit on the other side. Would they know how much he's going to be getting paid? I can't imagine it.
That would be... Yeah, do, like, spirits just, like, know every single one's future?
Like,
That's
could a stranger's spirit know your future?
Exactly. Maybe they just, like, know everything. So, like, if they're with you, then they, like, know.
Yeah. What would you do if a strange spirit told you your future? I'm the one asking the strange question.
Would you want to know your future?
Oh, that's an interesting...
I just answered a question with a question.
What the... That's so funny. We're talking about spirits. Oh, I must have... What in the actual world? Lexie, I'm scared.
I'm scared. No, because was you sat on the remote? Promise. Was you sat on the remote?
But
Was you sat on the remote?
I think so. I think I sat on the remote because I moved it, and then that's when it zoomed back out. I've got to keep that in because that is terrifying.
Yes, that is.
Oh my goodness. That just zoomed in.
That's creepy.
It's creepy, but I just want to preface, I have this, and this button zooms in and out the camera, so, and I think I was sat on it.
Let's hope.
But it's terrifying the fact that we're talking about ghosts, and
let's just hope that...
Okay, that...
You sat on it.
It's terrifying. Moving on. We're only on episode 2. Okay. Anyway, to answer your question, would I want to know my future? No.
Yep.
Well, no. Wait, it's a hard question because I think I would like to know: am I in a good place in life? Like, am I going to have a good life in a sense? But I wouldn't want to know details because then I might find out something that I don't want to know. Just like, would you want to find out when you're going to die and how you're going to die?
No.
I wouldn't. Well, I used to say I would.
See, I wouldn't want to know what age or when I'm gonna die, but I would want to know, like, how I'm gonna die, because maybe everyone's gonna get so mad at me for saying this, but maybe I could stop it, even though, like, it's like fate, but like still.
I was about to say, I don't think you can stop it.
Don't think you're gonna stop it.
Because
oh my god,
if you're meant to go, if it's your time to go, you're going to go no matter what. Yeah. At least that's what I believe. Like, so if you, I don't know, if you're meant to fall down. No, I shouldn't say.
You don't want to say that. I already know what he's gonna say.
I don't want to jinx anything. I'm not gonna say that.
But was you saying that about me?
Well, no, you in general. No, I wasn't saying about you in general. I'm just saying, like, as someone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, if someone was meant to die a certain way, I believe that is how they are meant to go. And
how would you want to die? I would want to die of old age. I think everyone would want to.
Yeah. well, I want to die peacefully, old age, in my sleep. I don't want it to be painful.
See,
But
I wouldn't want it to be in my sleep. I don't know if that's just weird or what. I want it to be old age, but just not in my sleep.
What, so you just want to be sitting there and then pass away? You just want to be sitting there and then pass away?
Yeah, because then I can, like, I'm conscious and I know, and like I can have family around me and I'm conscious and I know that they're there.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want that. I mean, you don't get a choice, but...
Only if it's not painful. If it's painful, then please, sleep.
Oh yeah, that's what I always say. Like, as long as it's not painful, I'll be happy to go. I won't be happy to go. I don't know why I said it like that. I think everyone knows what I mean, but... Yeah, I wouldn't... I used to say I would like to know how and when I die, but now that I think about it logically, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be able to live my life the same, because I'll just keep expecting, oh, I'm supposed to die in this day, and then counting down the days, and then knowing, like, if you know how you're going to die, you're going to try and avoid it, but you're not going to
you're not going to be able to, like, live those last few days, like, not worried, basically.
Yeah, because if you are, at least this is what I believe, if you are meant to die a certain way, you might be able to skip it the first time. Like, you might be lucky, you might be able to miss the first time, but it will get you eventually, because it's your time.
Exactly. Also, on the topic, but not really, but on the topic, what do you call it? Right now, I have huge fear of death. Like, whenever I think about it, like, there's, like, this weird, like, fear in my stomach. Like, you know that when you're so scared, like, you have that weird feeling in your stomach?
Yeah.
Like that. And it's, like, so weird. But I have a feeling that when it's, like, my time to, like, die, basically, to be quite frank, I'm gonna be, like, ready, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna be scared.
Yeah. I mean, you can hope.
Fingers crossed.
I'm someone that's not scared of death, but I do have those times where this is mainly sometimes when I'm falling asleep, where I'm just like, oh my goodness, one day I'm gonna be gone. Like, and it's just like this weird concept where you're just sitting there and you're thinking about it and you're like, one day this world's gonna be without me.
Yeah.
And
like, I'm gonna be the past.
Yeah, and that's when I'm starting to overthink things and I'm like, oh no. You know?
Yeah.
Because I'm overthinking it. I'm like, I'm gonna be gone one day. It's just a weird concept to me of like how, you know, we are nothing, we're born, we live our life, just to be gone.
You know what Dad asks me, which really, like, rattles my brain? What is nothing?
Yeah. The amount of conversations that we have, it's never ending. We have a conversation about this forever. Because you can just go on and on and on and on. Really, there isn't a nothing, because a nothing is something.
Exactly.
We're not going to get into it. But, yeah, what is a nothing? Because obviously some people have different beliefs in the afterlife. Like, some people think when you die, you're just gone. Kind of like before you was born. And then some people do believe in the afterlife where they believe different things in the afterlife. Like, they believe, like, different things happen.
Yeah.
You obviously believe
in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But, like, do you believe that there's, like, a heaven and a hell?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I believe the same. What I have different... I can't decide on what I believe on with this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that is if, when you pass away, does your spirit stay if you have unfinished business? Now, is that the only reason why it stays?
I don't know, but in my opinion, I feel like if they was, like, murdered and they want to, like, they're just, like, not ready yet, they would stay. If they were, like, for example, like, some type of guardian angel, like, and they're, like, looking after someone, they would stay. Like, they're staying for a reason, but then there's some spirits that are just, like, not ready to go yet, so, like, they just stay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
And, like, they attach themselves to something, so they can stay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That was a different perspective, and now I'm overthinking things.
What do you mean?
I don't know, like, you just put it in such, like, a clearer way than what my mind could put it in. I don't know. But that's just the way I was thinking of. We went on a tangent, but I love it.
Yep.
Okay. Next story.
Did we finish that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did. That's why we went on a rant.
That is
We
why we
finished
went
it.
on a rant.
Okay.
Okay. This one is a little bit more of a longer one. The first and only time I ever used one, I was a teenager playing on it with a friend on the back porch. I didn't know of anyone who had died really, except I remember from an old photo on the wall a great aunt called Neil. The name Neil stuck with me because it was a boy's name. So I tried to talk to great aunt Neil, but when I speak I say without hesitation or control, Aunt Connie. Oh, okay. That's an interesting... I thought, that's weird. I don't have an Aunt Connie. I try again and say I'm trying to speak with and mentally saying the word Neil, Aunt Connie. It was an inclustory response, very weird, but we moved on and kept playing. When my mum got home from running errands, she asked how our game was going, and I replied, it's fine, except I keep trying to talk to great Neil, but keep saying Connie, which is so weird because I don't have an Aunt Connie. I still remember my mum's face in the moment. It turns out I did have an Aunt Connie. She was a baby who died of SIDS decades before I was born. My mum almost named me after her. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. I went on to have extreme paranormal experiences that continue to this day. Actually, I think it opened a door that I haven't been able to close. This is an edit, so they've edited this later on. The scariest thing that have ever happened to me was from when I was a moody 15 to 18-year-old girl that seemed to really energize my surroundings, and lots of scary things happen. I saw people, heard my name whispering in my ear at night multiple times, heard footsteps daily, and heard a voice mimic my father and walk around the kitchen. That one convinced me that we were broken into, and I stayed outside until my boyfriend came to get me. Of course, nobody there. My brother moved back into the family home after college and confirmed he also heard a voice mimic our father and walk around the kitchen. He didn't offer this info. I had to pull it out of him over dinner years later. We independently experienced this and didn't know it. In college, I saw a girl standing over my roommate's bed in the middle of the night. I woke up the next... What?
That's weird, because I didn't literally say that last episode.
Yeah, last episode. No. Okay. This is just going to be a recurring thing, isn't it? I woke up the next day and was like, hey, who was that? Roomie was like, oh, hell no, she and I still talk about it today. We were on a sorority hall and the time... So I dismissed it initially. It only hit me later. I didn't recognize her or see her legs. The other weirdest thing in college was someone kept getting into bed next to me. Never touched me, but the mattress went down with the weight. That one spooked me. Oh my goodness. There was so much to like... So much.
See, that's why I don't like Ouija boards, because like you could just have it like that one time and then like it just... Because you could open something and it just like carries on.
And I think once you use a Ouija board, don't you have to like close out correctly?
Yeah, and if you don't...
Most people don't. I'm going to say like 99.9% of people don't close out.
Yep.
So obviously they've opened...
Something.
They've opened, you know, themselves up to spirits. That's the best way I can think of saying it. So there was a lot to impact within that. So apparently she did have an Aunt Connie, and she did find out, but there was a baby when they passed away. Now this is what I always am very confused about, because if a baby passes away as a baby,
I know what you're going to say, yes.
yeah, do they grow up in the afterlife?
Right, yeah, that's what goes through my mind.
Or do they stay a baby forever? Like, do they stay the way that they've passed away? Because, like, when you pass away as like a child or an adult, or...
Because...
You stay.
Karen, real quick, have you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. In my opinion, when you're... Like, when you die as, like, older, you, like... can choose your best, like, your happiest year. age, but as a baby, if you like passed away as a baby, like I don't know. That's the thing. Like I'm not sure.
Yeah. And I don't know, that's just very confusing to me. I've always thought of that. Because if you die as a child, you stay a child. If you die as an adult, you stay an adult. If you die as an elderly, you stay elderly. So I'm only going to guess if you pass away as a baby, you would stay a baby. But there's been times where I've heard someone has had a baby pass away, but they've communicated.
Exactly. It just confuses me.
It's definitely a confusing one. And then we also had it where they was like hearing footsteps. Oh, where her and her brother heard something mimicking their father's voice.
Yes. So I've heard of something before on TikTok called like a mimic. I don't know if it's real or not.
Yes, I've heard that too.
I don't know. I haven't like obviously like like dug into like the topic.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like demonic or not, or like not very nice. Because if it's mimicking something to like for you to go to it.
From what I've heard, it is demonic.
Yeah, because if you think about the concept of it, like it's mimicking someone you know.
Yeah.
So you go towards it.
Yeah.
So like,
I've heard. I mean, you can all correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't done research either. It's just from what I've seen around. Apparently, they mimic you to try and get you closer, so that they can take your soul, or so that they can like take over you.
like possess, Shauna.
Possess, yeah. But yeah, what I mean is like either take your soul or possess.
Yeah.
Those are two different things. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think we should do more research. We can probably discuss it on a podcast. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But that is definitely a possibility in this case. Or it could be something maybe not so demonic. That's just mimicking. But I just can't imagine it. Because why would a normal spirit need to pretend to be their father?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did you see a thought pop up into my brain?
Did I?
Oh no, I'm asking. Did you?
I don't think I did.
Okay, because like a thought just popped into my brain, but it's not on the topic.
Oh no,
it has something to like.
if you want.
Huh?
You can switch topic.
No, but it's about like a Sam and Colby video.
Oh, okay. Do you want to talk about it?
I guess so. So like, you know how before I was like saying that like I believe that there's like no time like in like when you pass away.
Yeah.
Well, you know Spirit Box.
Yeah.
So I think it was like the Witch's Forest. I'm not sure which video, but it was like some type of video. And Colby got lost. Have you watched it?
I think so.
Colby got lost in the forest.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes. So you know how Sam screamed out Colby?
Yeah.
And you know like the Spirit Box, like they didn't even realise this, but in a later video, through the Spirit Box, like it shouted Colby, but it sounded exactly like how Sam shouted Colby.
Yes.
Yes, you've seen that.
Yeah.
So that's what also makes me believe that there's no sense of time there, because they can get something from the past and bring it through a Spirit Box. No, the Spirit Box is traveling through things, so what's shouting Colby through like channels, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly like Sam, by the way. So
Okay.
that's what makes me feel like there's no sense of time there, because they've.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially from what I've seen from like other videos of like ghost hunting and stuff, it always does seem like there isn't a sense of time, because they're always bringing things up from the past, and sometimes bringing things up that's obviously happened, but talking about it as if it's the present.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Oh, someone standing above her roommate's bed.
See, that scares me, because last episode I was literally
Talking about
it.
I am sorry, but if I looked over and saw something standing over you, no. Again, I don't know what my reaction would be, because some people freeze, some people run. I believe I would freeze. I would like to think I would run. Actually, and leave you. What a great sister I am.
Well, thanks.
Well, what would you want me to do? Wake you up?
Yes.
I don't think I could.
Quite frank. If you could, what is up with me saying to be quite frank? I don't even know what it means. I've just heard the term and I keep saying it.
Okay.
But to be quite honest, I would prefer you to wake me up because then I can move away from it standing over me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would run and get someone else to get.
Thing is though,
I'm joking.
if I woke up with you running away, and then I see it, although just to think like I might not see it if I wake up.
Yeah, you probably won't see it. Can I just say, I probably sound like a really horrible person because in the last episode I said that I would stand behind you if you used to be
and sacrifice me.
Sacrifice,
We need to find a different term for sacrifice because that just isn't a good word.
It isn't
to
a
say.
good word, but that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
And I said I'd stand behind you. I just want to say, I was joking.
No, you was.
I was a little. There might have been a little bit of truth to it, but I was mostly joking.
Okay, but let's be honest, okay? I would prefer you to stand behind me because I feel like with both of us, I would get less scared.
You're also a little tiny bit taller.
I am also a bit taller.
When I say the tiniest bit, I mean the tiniest bit.
But like if you looked to us side by side, we look the same height, but like I'm a tiny bit taller.
Like the teeniest bit.
She's just saying that.
It's not even an inch. Well, I don't like the fact that I'm older and you're...
It's the fact that you say you're 5'3" just to seem taller than me. You said that last episode, so don't even try to go back on it.
I know I said
And
it.
I'm 5'2", but you're actually 5'2". So we're both 5'2", but you just say you're 5'3" because you want to seem taller than me.
No, last time I measured at myself, I was 5'3".
Okay, but
I
did you
don't know if
measure
that's
yourself
accurate.
in the morning? Because apparently you're taller in the morning.
Yes, apparently you're an inch taller in the morning because your body's relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your muscles. I didn't measure myself in the morning. I think it was in the afternoon.
Could you get shorter? General question.
I don't think you can get shorter. I don't know. I don't think so. I've never heard anyone getting shorter.
My brain's being like Google, but then I remember that we're in the middle of a podcast, so I can't Google.
Yeah, I don't think you can get shorter. No, you can't get shorter. You've made me think. I've never thought about getting shorter. Oh no, I hope not. I don't need to get any shorter than what I already am. No, I'm going to say no. You can't get shorter. I've only ever heard of getting taller. Not from my own experience either. You didn't hear what I said.
Oh no, I was in my own at all.
I said not from my own experience. I've heard of getting taller.
It took me a minute to process what you just said.
I'm not that short, okay?
You sure about that?
Anyway, moving on. This is not about my height. And then the other thing was she was laying in bed and she felt someone lay next to her. Again, this is on the same level as seeing someone standing above you.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's my worst fear. Well,
can I just say though, it's the fact that she is a she, right?
I think so.
Okay. It's the fact that she saw the weight go down as if it was like a living person. There you go.
I suppose a positive thing. Well, is there any positive in this? The one little tiny positive thing is that they didn't touch her. Because if like I felt that or anything,
I'll be like, get away from me.
I don't know. Because you see, whenever I'm laying in bed, I just always like imagine something. In a bad way, like I'm scared when it's dark. I'm not scared of the dark, it's just, I don't know, it's just something I fear. Just like sometimes I fear someone standing above me. Do you not feel
Did
that?
I make that worse?
Did you make that worse?
Yeah.
No, but these stories are making it worse. I'm joking, I'm not a scaredy cat. Well,
You sure about that?
I'd hope I'm not. I'd like to think I'm not. Okay. Wow, we have so many stories here. Remember they tell you to never do it alone? Well, I did. Because it was the only way I could be sure no one was moving the coin. I did paper and coin instead of a proper board. And Blanchett, is that how you say it? I think so. Now,
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. But already, I haven't even finished the story, but already, I would like to say, I'm not professional, but I wouldn't have thought using paper, like a paper and a coin would work the same as a Ouija board. Would it?
I'm not sure.
Because, like, what makes the Ouija board contactable?
I've always thought it was like energy, but then people say that's like you have a feeling of where to move it to. You just have a feeling. I've never done a Ouija board though, but I've always thought it was like energy, but people say that you physically move it.
Yeah.
But you just like move it to
Where you feel.
like
Sensing.
yeah.
Basically. Yeah, so that's where I would like to start off with, is I just don't know if a paper and a coin would work the same. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Your opinions, let us know, but I don't know. It's just what I would have thought. Okay. Talk to someone, male, who died. I asked why he's still around and it answered car. Gave me a number plate. Oh, okay. A name of wife, a local phone number. I started thinking this was so mundane, seriously, and it got kind of forceful. I felt the coin actually pull a little and get warm. Before this I wasn't even sure it wasn't me moving it. Asked where he was, it spelled in fear and went to the no answer. Infernio is hell in Spanish. Oh no.
Absolutely not.
No. Wait, so that means
No, but they're doing it alone.
they're doing it alone, but also the ghost is speaking Spanish.
Mexico?
Maybe. That detail of using the no to cut corners in the spelling, interesting. I started saying goodbye and it didn't answer. It simply stopped moving. It didn't answer anything else I asked, so hopefully it left, but I didn't like not having the assurance. Kept the thing for years in a random book. Didn't know if burning or throwing away was a good idea. Of course I called the number and asked for the wife. I was told she wasn't there. I asked, but does she live there? Of course they are notoriously paranoid as a country about giving info on the phone, so I got the typical treatment. Who is this? Why are you calling? Lol. I hung up, so I don't know if any of it checked out. Never did it again. Never had anything weird happen after. Okay, that is an interesting one. So it just seems like they had like, I don't even want to say a little experience, because they got like information.
Yeah.
But like, what was this information? Who was they talking to? Was it someone that was linked to this person? Like, of the information? Who knows? But they also said they weren't 100% convinced that it wasn't them moving it, like themselves. But of course it would be, if it's based off the feeling.
I don't know. Oh, so a really stupid question just popped into my head and then I answered it myself. You know what just popped into my head?
What?
Do spirits know who they were like before they died? Obviously, because they give information.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not always the case. I suppose it depends on what their story is, because I have seen at times where the spirit doesn't really know much about their past, or not their past, but their life.
Yeah.
So I suppose it depends, but majority of the time, yeah, I suppose they know quite a bit of information.
Yeah.
I just find it interesting how they had that experience. They got the word hell, but in Spanish, and they never got anything afterwards.
If you was a ghost... Sorry, weird questions again.
Yeah, weird question.
If you was a ghost, would you want to give your personal life information to a random stranger that's just trying to like talk to you? Unless it was like something... unless you was like haunting a place that was like really bad and like bad stuff happened.
I suppose it would depend on what the investigator's intentions are, and I suppose you could find that out as a ghost, right? Could you? I don't know.
If it was someone Colby, I would tell. If it was... like a random person, like just trying to like make fun of the place. Not gonna tell.
You can, like you can always tell who has the right intentions about things, I think.
Yes.
At least I would, because I just have a great way of reading people.
What goes through a spirit's like head?
They don't have a head.
No, not literally.
What do you mean? Like, what do they think?
Yes.
I don't want to break this to you, but I am not a spirit, so I couldn't really tell you that information.
What do you think, in your opinion?
What do I think? I don't know.
Also, how do they think if they don't have a brain? Because they're just like energy.
Because it's their energy, it's like who they was.
Right.
I think. I don't know. I don't know too much like about it. I mean, you'd think I would. But the problem with paranormal is most things are about opinion.
Yeah.
Especially from what I see, it's always about opinions.
It's also really hard to find out certain things about the afterlife, because apparently I've saw like this video of like I think it was Sam talking to a ghost, and like they have like some rules or something.
Yeah.
Where like they can only say certain things, but like they can't say anything about the afterlife.
Yeah. So like if you used to ask a question about the afterlife, they couldn't answer. I don't think it's like physically possible for them to even answer, even if they wanted to.
See, I'm not sure if they could physically not answer, or they physically could, but like something bad would happen to them. Like they're not allowed to go like to heaven, if that exists. In my opinion, it does. But I can imagine. Well, yeah, because otherwise we would know more about the afterlife. Yeah, because there's that many spirits. Like they'll just like tell you.
And I just think we're not meant to know.
Yeah.
I think we're meant to find out once we're gone.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think it would be a good thing if we generally knew factual. It'd be interesting, I just don't think it would be a good thing. And I have my reasons for why, I just don't really want to talk about it. For other people's mental health. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I have my suspicions of why I think it just wouldn't be a good idea.
Also, some spirits, obviously I know you would have watched these because you watch the same YouTube as me, but like so like most spirits talk about seeing a light.
Yes.
As well, but they're just like either too scared to go through it, not ready to go through it.
Yeah. I've also heard people talking about actually seeing the light, like in the sky, but I don't know if that's just like...
That might just be the sun. Sorry to break it to you.
No, well, obviously it's the sun, but what I mean is apparently it has like this certain glow.
Like extra glow.
Yeah. I personally don't believe this, I don't think.
I don't think that's possible, unless... No, I just don't think it's possible.
I don't know, because then also some people have the opinion of like, if there is more of a glow from the sun and you have had someone pass away, it could be them like trying to communicate. But again, that's a completely different thing. Like everyone has. Yeah.
See, I also believe in like the light and stuff, because and like heaven and stuff, because like, so if like a spirit was saying they see the light but they was too scared, and then like you help them go through the light, there are all like things and equipment going off, and then they walk through the light and it's gone, like it's silent.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like just proves that they've gone through it.
Yeah. Because, well, now it's silent.
See, my question is like, you know how we all say, oh, they found peace because like they went like through the light, right? But they can still communicate, so can they like come back through? But they've already went through the light, but like can they come back through or communicate from past the light? This is what goes through my brain. Like I was
about to say that's a hard one, because again, that's what I've heard loads of different opinions about. I've heard that once they've gone through the light, they can't come back. I've heard that they can communicate from heaven. I don't know, there's just so many different things out there to do with the paranormal. Like I said, there is a lot of opinions and not really factual things. And I think it's because you can't really prove it.
See, that's the only thing, like, that you can't go from facts because there is no facts. Like, there's zero facts there, but there's, like, many different opinions.
Opinions and experiences.
You can't go from facts because there is no facts to go from.
Yeah. I mean, and there never will be.
There never will be.
At least that's what I think. There'll never be anything factual about it because, well, if it's true about the afterlife not being allowed to say anything, who is there to tell you?
Exactly.
Wow. We keep going off on a tangent today, but I love it.
It's the fact that, like, it still has stuff to do with ghostly stuff and spirits.
Well,
so
yeah.
It's okay that we can go and rant.
That is what a podcast is.
That is what a podcast is.
Where we talk.
Oh, so we're the host, so we can make the rules.
That was so savage. Okay. I'm thinking. Oh, here's
that response. Or was that just a really, really short one?
That's just a really short one. And it's just because it says, played it as a student. There was 5 of us. The board started spelling out French words. No one playing it could speak French. The girl who could speak French was sitting on the other side of the room. See, that's all that we got. So again, there's not really much information that we can go off.
It's literally like 2 short sentences, 1 long sentence.
Yeah. I mean, if the only person that you know that speaks French in that room is sitting on the other side and isn't even, like, participating, it couldn't be them. Because they're not involved. And if you know for a fact that the other 5 people that are actually messing with the Ouija board can't speak French, well then, I suppose it is the Ouija board. Someone is coming through that speaks French. Now, I have heard people have this discussion. Can spirits speak different languages? Like, do they keep...
Oh, right, yeah, like, does their IQ just go up?
Yeah.
See, I don't have an opinion on that because I haven't really thought of it.
So, like, if someone in their life spoke Spanish, would they remember Spanish in the afterlife? I think yes, because that's the language that they spoke.
Or, like, they would, like, know Spanish, but then they, like, speak some English, so, like, they just... after they die, like, but when they was alive they didn't know English.
Yeah, but where would the English come from? They wouldn't have learnt it.
Maybe they just know.
You just know English. But why can't you just know Spanish? Why can't you just know French? What's so special about English? More people speak it, but...
that was just an example, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but... I don't... It's a hard one. I know... Well, I don't know, but I believe that you can... That they speak different languages. Because I've watched things where they're speaking different languages.
Yeah.
But most ghosts know English, and they're like, you know, and they spoke Spanish, so I don't know. Like, in their life, they spoke, like, Spanish or French or whatever. But then in the afterlife, they're speaking full English, and it's like,
well,
I don't know.
Did you know that? Because, like,
obviously there's people that can speak both, but I mean people that have known to only be able to speak the one.
Yes, or there's, like, investigations in, like, Mexico or something.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, because it's oh my god, I can't speak. Mexico, like, you would believe that they wouldn't be able to speak English.
Yeah.
But then they're speaking in English, like, full sentences that make sense.
I don't know. Again, another opinion thing. Like, and we'll never know. See, there's so many questions, and we know that we're never gonna get answers
until we die, and then we can't tell anyone that after.
Well, yeah. Okay, we have another short one, and that is predicted my heart attack, and I won't touch them ever again. Do you know what that? So basically,
a Ouija board said that
they was gonna have a heart attack.
Had a heart attack.
And now they're never going to touch one again. And honestly, don't blame them. Because that... I mean, Imagine being told that something like that's going to happen to you. And I bet you they probably didn't even believe it.
Oh, yeah?
Until it happened, and then they're like, oh. Now, I would have loved more information. Like, did you get, like, a date that this was going to happen? A rough area of your life it was going to happen? You know what I mean? It would have been interesting to get a little bit more. But
would you ever want to be a psychic medium?
I don't think so. I think I'm okay not being.
See, I would want to, like, I would like to, if I was going, like, ghost hunting and stuff, like, I would like to have that ability, but then I wouldn't want to just walk into a random room in my house and just find out that there's a ghost just chilling on a chair.
I think there's definitely times where it's helpful and useful and fun to have, but when you are not wanting to...
But then also, sometimes it's, like, way more dangerous for you to be in haunted places because, like, ghosts can and spirits can communicate way better with you, that it can become more dangerous.
Apparently some can close it off where they don't see ghosts, or like they can like shut it off, but apparently not all of them can do that. I don't know too much about it.
I'm not sure,
but apparently there's some that can't shut it off, some that can, or some that used to be able to but can't now, or vice versa. So, interesting. Okay, another story. When I was around 13, we lived in a really old house. A lot of weird stuff happened there. Great idea, Ouija board time. We asked the ghost to show himself. At the moment, the curtain wrapped around the chair near a window where a friend of mine was sitting. We tried to rationalise it by saying it was the wind, even though the window couldn't be open. I am 30 now. My sister 40. We still talk about that house. Okay. If there's no windows open, no doors open, then yeah, I suppose it's not really explainable. Was there something that could have caused like a gush of wind, like someone opening a door or closing a door or moving something? Again, if that's not the case, then I suppose it's not really much to say about that one, is there?
Nope.
We'll read one more and then we can tell the other story. Okay, one more Ouija board story. My mum and her 3 friends were playing one and it spelled out 4 till no more. They didn't think anything of it, and then over the course of the next month, one friend's brother overdosed, the second friend's dad passed away suddenly, and my mum and the 4th friend were in deadly car accidents where the driver, who was their close friend, did not survive. Afterwards she had severe night terrors, mostly of the dark evil figure, and my great grandma had to do a cleansing on her to get them to subside. My mum still has scars on her hand from the accident and night terrors every once in a while to this day. It took literal years to get her to finally tell my sister and I the story. We were told never to play with them, nor have we ever wanted to. Wow. You know, it amazes me how a board can like cause, like wood can cause general like harm to people like that. Yeah. Which is wild to, well, at least from what they believe. Again, I know that not everyone believes, but it's crazy to think that something you wouldn't think anything of at the time, and then it's caused you a lot of physical harm. Yeah. It's actually really scary to think about. Yeah. Which is why I will never, ever touch one, no matter what. Because they're obviously more dangerous than what some people think. And it's terrifying that most, from the stories, from other stories that I've heard, most of the time people mess with them when they're children or teenagers, and then in their adult life they regret it. Yeah. Because they've had like bad experiences, whether it's just generally or physically. Yeah. Would you ever do the drawing version? I have. Wait, have you done it? I think so. If we're thinking of the same one, hold on. Is it the one where you draw the circle and then you put like a pencil in the middle and it's someone's name? I can't remember what the name was.
No.
Is it not that one?
No, it's really similar to the Ouija board, except like you have like a huge paper in case like it goes off, like huge paper, and then like it's similar to like the thing you hold when you use an Ouija board, except it has like like you put a pencil there. It has like pencils,
Okay.
and like you hold it and it's like but instead of like spelling out stuff, it draws on the paper. You should have seen it because Sam and Colby did it.
Okay. I haven't. I've never done that one. I don't think.
Okay, but would you?
Would I do that one?
Because in my opinion,
I would do that
I feel like it's less dangerous because like
I would do that one if I know that there's going to be proper precautions in closing whatever it is.
I don't think you close it.
I think you do.
Because I don't think it opens anything. If there's a spirit there, it will draw like something. Like last time, someone was like got murdered, right? And it drew to show that they got murdered.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so maybe
I don't think it. I think it's just used for them to show what happened to them.
Yeah, because you go into like a meditation state, and they use you as like a communicator. Can we say?
They basically use you as the spirit box.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I would do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that I was talking about, it's not anything to do with the Ouija board, I don't think. But when I was in primary school, it was very popular at the time. It was a game where on a piece of paper you draw a circle, a dot in the middle, you put you balance the two pencils. Have you done this one? Have you heard of it?
I recognise it, but I don't know.
You balance the two pencils, and then you say someone's name. Someone's telling me it's Simon something, but yeah, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you say his name, and then it's yes, no. But apparently that was based off a true event, like something generally happened. I don't know.
I'm not sure. You know what really irritated me in primary?
What?
Everyone was obsessed with doing that stupid Charlie thing.
Yes.
And I'm calling it stupid because they would blow on it.
Yeah.
And like scare everyone, and I'm just like, who's blowing on it?
Yeah, again, that's another one that's based off. They're both got a story behind them. I'm just not sure what it is. But yeah, obviously, primary is like really young kids, and they're just silly. Yeah, quite frankly, they're silly. Oh, I'm saying quite frankly. Do I say it a lot?
No.
Do I not?
You've literally only just started. You don't even say it.
Oh, okay. You're rubbing off on me then. Okay, now for our dad's story.
Yes.
Am I telling it? Is it because I know it better?
You know it better. I've only heard it like twice, and I don't remember.
Oh, how nice. Okay, so the story that he was happy for us to share is he was 6 years old at the time, and his dad went to go and get him medicine because obviously he was ill, and he was late on the bed obviously waiting for his dad, and while he was waiting, his blanket, and it was one of the blankets that it's like knitted, it's got like the holes in it. I don't know if
one similar to what I have.
Yeah, I suppose, but obviously more of the older style.
Yeah.
So it was one of those, and he was obviously late on it, waiting, and it got yanked. Like, full on, forceful yanked. And if I remember correctly, he told me that he remembered hearing giggling afterwards, and it sounded like an old woman.
Yes.
And he's told me more stories about this specific old woman in the house that he was living in, obviously, when he was 6.
He's told me some.
Yeah. Which I suppose we might get to in another podcast episode. But, yeah, that would terrify me. And when his dad finally came back up, the blanket was obviously still on the floor, and his dad was obviously asking him what happened. And then, when our dad told him what happened, well, obviously he was believed, because I can't remember if he said that was like the first experience in that place, or if like his dad wasn't shocked because of other things.
Sure.
But yeah, let's just say our dad was a lot braver than what I would be in that situation, because he stayed, and he was only 6 and he stayed. And especially after hearing, like, a giggle from an old woman.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
See, that scares me more, because why is an old woman messing around with a 6-year-old?
From other stories that I've heard about this specific old woman, she seemed very jokey, I suppose. Like, she liked to joke around. Again, I don't know too much, but yeah, I remember that story because it's definitely a very terrifying thing. Getting your blanket pulled off you.
Quite a lot.
Sorry?
He talks about it quite a lot.
Yeah, he talks about it quite a lot, because obviously you're 6 years old, that's going to stick with you for forever, like for the rest of your life, because the fact that he was sitting on the blanket as well, so there had to be a lot of force, which there was.
But he was sat on it wasn't on him.
Yeah, he was sat on the blanket, and that's why it was yanked with a lot of force, and then it was obviously on the floor. So you know when, like, someone's ripping a blanket from under you?
Yes. Yeah.
And they have to use a lot of force and you could feel it. It would be like that, and then that's when he heard the giggle.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was our one of our dad's ghost stories, because he does have many.
Can I just ask you, like, a question then?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's happening?
What?
Yeah, you can ask me a question.
What did you just say?
I could hear you. Obviously, just carry on.
Okay. Okay, my question is, so you know how you want to go ghost hunting?
Yeah.
Do you have any place in particular that you wish you could go?
Should we say what I'm brave enough to do?
Sure.
I don't know, because there's actually quite a few places I'd like to go, like The Conjuring, but would I be brave enough? I don't think so. I don't know.
Would you be brave enough to go there, or would you be brave enough to get on a plane, because that's in America?
No.
See, I want to go to, like, quite a lot of places, but what's really annoying is that half of them is somewhere in America or across seas.
Yeah.
So, and obviously I have never been on a plane. I don't really fancy on going on a plane because I'm terrified. Not of the height aspect, of the crashing.
Yeah. I've never been on a plane also, and I don't want to. Well, okay.
Would you full ghost hunt though? Because I feel like I go on one, and then after a while of me keep going on them, I feel like I would be okay.
Yeah, maybe. The thing is I say I don't want to go on one. I would like to for the experience, but I know that it'd be terrifying. And the thing is I could say, oh, I'll go in there once. But the problem is you have to go in it twice, because you have to come back. So unless I'm moving to a different country, I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's a one-way ticket, I don't know. Because I can't imagine having the thought of, like, oh, yeah, I've done it, but I've still got to go back. So I don't know. But for ghost hunting, maybe. I think it depends how much I enjoyed the ghost hunting and how much, should I say how deep I am into the ghost hunting? Like, how much have I done of it?
Oh, so how much, like, you enjoy doing it?
Yeah.
I really want, you want to know where I really want to go to? Have you ever heard of the Valeska Axe murder house?
Wait, yeah, I think I have.
Yes, I really want to go to that. Really sad story though.
Yeah, definitely a very sad story. There's quite a few places I want to go.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's the one, but I can't remember what it's called.
Describe. I may know it. Would I know it?
It's yeah, you'll know it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where the woman built it and it has like 7s.
Winchester,
that was it. Yeah, I'm not very good with haunted places names, as you can tell. Yes.
That's okay though, because we watched the same thing, so I would most likely remember it and know it.
But I feel like it would be very interesting to explore there. It's also so big.
Yeah, and like there's just random doors.
There's random doors.
See, I feel like I'd be scared because I would open a door not knowing that it leads out to literally nowhere, like off the house. So
Yeah.
I might step through it and fall down.
That's what I would do. Well, I'm like, oh yay, whoa, okay, and
Yeah.
I've fallen.
And the staircases leading to nothing.
I would try and walk up there.
Yeah. Except
Unknowingly.
I feel like I would only be able to go like a certain amount up there, because like as soon as it gets thinner and thinner, my claustrophobia would not.
Yes. Like, you know, I don't know if you, well, you should know, but the specific staircase where in that house where it's like got the roof and it like lowers, and then there's like that tiny bit.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Oh, okay. We're imagining the same thing then. Yeah. I don't think I could just chill in there.
No, absolutely not. Considering there was spiders there. Absolutely not.
Wow, there's gonna be spiders
Everywhere, but I mean like stuck in that little corner bit, like thin bit with spiders.
Imagine if you had to stay in that area for 24 hours with spiders.
My fear of spiders could never. My claustrophobia could never.
You could never.
I could never.
Just you generally could never. Yeah.
Would you go to like haunted places with me?
Yeah. I want to go ghost hunting.
Same here. I just like, there's really, here in like the UK, there's barely any good ones. Although there are some in London.
Yeah.
Which
right, I'm gonna be honest. The only thing stopping me from ghost hunting is my anxiety.
Okay, but if Dad comes, which he would be because he's gonna be driving. Let's be for real here.
I don't know. Like, it's just going to new places that's anxiety for you, though, isn't it? Like new places. But I'm definitely very intrigued too. I know I have done some research in UK haunted areas. Most of the time, it's a hotel.
See, I really want to go to a hotel, but the thing is if I ever have to stay at a hotel, I'm gonna be terrified and just rethinking, this could be haunted right now.
Would you go on the ship?
Moving ship or stood still?
No, the haunted ship. What's it called?
Queen Mary?
Yeah. See, I knew that.
The Queen Mary. Well, I would, but I'm pretty sure it's closed down.
I thought that, but then I googled it recently, and I think it's open again.
Is it?
I could be so wrong about that.
Okay, I would 100% go on that ship because I want to.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I recently Queen Mary ship. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Where is it? Is it British?
No. I think so. Wait.
British Ocean Liner. Where's the North Atlantic Ocean?
Southampton.
Oh, California. We're so stupid. It literally said it right there.
Long Beach, California. We clearly don't know much about the history of these. I mean, it'd be fun to do like a podcast episode, like talking about the history of certain haunted places.
Yeah.
And Queen Mary can be one if you're interested. Let us know. But what was I looking for? Oh yeah, is it still open?
Yeah. Yeah, see, I would love to like go on that if it is open.
I'm not too sure. Okay, let's be more specific. Is the Queen Mary ship still open? Yes, the Queen Mary ship is currently open to the public. As the hotel tourist attraction in Long Beach, California, it has been open since it reopened after a period of closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So yeah, I know that it was almost closed down because it was basically falling apart.
Yeah.
There was like a lot of construction that needed to be done, but I'm going to guess they did
done.
it. They also didn't have enough money to do all that construction, so I'm going to guess they did raise enough money to do that, because there's a lot of people that didn't want to see that ship go.
So lots of people just like put money into it. Yep.
Which is amazing.
See, I would really... Okay. Nicest way possible. I really want to go to America just for the haunted places, but I don't want to go to America because... I don't want to go to America because if I'm already scared of planes, the flight from the UK to America, it's going to be way too long.
I don't even want to know how long a flight is from the
I think it's a good like 13 hours, maybe wrong though.
No.
But I'm pretty sure that's from Australia to America, so imagine...
Is the UK further? I was bad at geography.
I never listened in geography.
You just never listened in any lesson.
I really didn't. I was daydreaming, talking to my friends, or just didn't care.
You really wasn't a good student, was you?
No. But I didn't get in trouble for any of it, because I was the favourite. No, because I didn't listen in lessons, but I was like, not bad. Like, I wasn't making the teacher have a hard time. Like, I would do the work, but I wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't, like, back chat. I was, like, a good student. I just didn't do the work. Like, listen. And I would just copy my friend. Because he made the mistake of sitting me next to my friend. So, my best friend. So, that's his fault.
Okay. Whatever you say. Okay, so I think we are going to end today's episode there. Let us know what you would like to listen to us talk about. I already have, well, not I. More I already have quite a few plans.
And I know of them. Do I know of all of them?
I think so. I think of things and then I tell you.
Well, yeah, because, like...
You watch ghost stuff, I like watch and...
I promise you, I have two tabs open on my laptop, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Both tabs, YouTube. On both tabs, the YouTube is like of like a scary video. Like ghost hunting or
anything.
Anything.
I find it funny how we both go to sleep watching ghost stuff.
Yeah, that's just
who we are. Just who we are, and that is okay.
Yep. We find comfort of watching ghosts and demons.
Wow.
That sounded really bad.
That did. Anyway, we're going to end it here because we are going off the rails as usual.
You said that last time.
I did, didn't I? I don't know why I said that. Okay, thank you all so much for listening or watching. Please subscribe for more ghosty podcasts if you are interested, which I'm going to guess so as you are here. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you all in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.